So like Bhaiya, how is your like Sunday evening looking like? Vikrant Bhaiya.
Yeah. Arey, it's very hectic today. Actually, BBD sale is going on now right now.
Right, yeah.
On just a call itself. So last month was pretty hectic in terms of FK.
I hope like you have like 1.5 hours spare currently.
Yeah. I have that.
Saket Bhaiya, how is your Sunday evening and how's your work?
नहीं नहीं हमारा हमारा वीकेंड पूरा अभी फ्री ही रहता है सैटरडे संडे तो अभी पूरा फ्री
Off,
रहता है
right. And आपका करण भैया, how's that?
हाँ Saturday Sunday free पूरा like it's kind of hectic in the weekdays but Saturday Sundays we don't have any like nothing free.
And Raghav Bhaiya,
हाँ यार mostly Saturday Sunday are free and just had some good time with my friends from my coaching today.
right.
Yeah, after long time. So yeah, it's good.
And after that you are spending time with the juniors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another good way to spend time. Yeah,
The whole day went in nostalgia.
exactly. And it's continuing.
Right. So, have you guys started like the offline work from the office, or it's still work from home?
It's in work from home. So I guess for this year, I think most of the companies are going in work from home only mode only.
Right.
Yeah, but we are not that lucky for now. I'll be
Oh,
joining the offices next month.
oh, Mastercard.
Yeah.
So is it on a voluntary basis or they're calling like
I mean,
in
yeah,
the
they have started calling कि ठीक है, now it's the good time to come. And
okay,
yeah, the cases there are also fine in Gurgaon. So I think,
okay, it's very less
yeah.
in Delhi and region
Hmm.
around.
We are also expecting to visit to just come back to campus from January.
Okay. Okay, so as any like after the first information about like they are going to call, have there been there any other communication regarding that like who all will be called for something like that?
There has been a notification like the first the PhDs will be called, and they are
Yeah.
being called. Then the
Okay.
fourth yearites in the month of October to November and November end. Then the remaining first, second, and third yearites from January, from the next semester they'll be
Okay.
called.
So
This has been said.
October, they were going to call in October, right? The
Yeah.
fourth year, right? Yeah.
Mhm. But they have said that, so we can,
It's already October.
right?
So how is this session going to be? Will it be a Q&A type session or like each one of us should speak about their experience and how it would be like what is the structure of the session?
Right. So the structure we have planned in the manner कि starting I'll मतलब ask some of the questions regarding the preparation, interviews, and resume, and then the platform will be open for the fourth yearites, and they can ask questions, whatever they feel like.
Okay.
Just I think we can start the session just in from 6:15. I think that would be the best time to start. Just in 2 minutes. So yeah, let's begin with the session. I guess just a minute. Is it fine, Raghav here? Can you turn on your camera?
No, I've tried to join back to the link, but somehow I don't know. It's giving the same message. Video sharing is disabled by the administrator.
Okay, I think like we can start with the session. If
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'll just try if I can, join with some other account.
right.
Or you can try joining it from the browser. I guess it will work. Rather than the
Okay.
app, you have
Mm-hmm.
an option to actually directly join from the browser. So I joined like that. Maybe that will work.
Okay. Let me try.
Right. So in the meantime, I would just like to have a thought, like what is better, from work from home is better or the campus from in office work is better. What are your views on that?
So in office we haven't experienced yet, so we can't comment on that actually. So, but I guess work from home and a kind of like it's like there are benefits, but there are a lot of shortcomings too. So we can't actually we are not able to connect with other member colleagues and other members. We are not getting a sense of how exactly the work is done by all other teams. So basically, we have some work and we do that. There is some kind of exposure that we get, but there is a limitation to that. But you have some benefits like you don't have to travel and all. You have a lot of time left, and it's in a more you can lie in between. You can take breaks easily. You can take a half-hour nap, something like that. So that all is benefit is there. But yeah, there are.
Right. Saket bhaiya, would you like to add something?
हाँ मुझे तो वर्क फ्रॉम होम में ही अच्छा लग रहा है Yes.
Yeah,
As
actually,
यहाँ
I guess,
फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी होती है ना बहुत
हाँ
but the con for that flexibility is कि manager 7 बजे भी call कर देता है कि यार ये जरा report भेजना.
हाँ 10 बजे के बाद भी आता है कॉल
Yeah. See, I think there are short-term goals, short-term benefits of work from
Yeah.
home, which are long-term cons. Because we are relaxing at home, we get the comfort of home. But in long term, what we want is to be surrounded with people who are more brilliant than us, who are actual ADs and our senior managers who are working there. So you get to learn a lot from those people when you are in office, which does not happen here. क्योंकि actual अभी क्या होता है, like whenever we get to work, it is like you join a meeting, you complete the task and everyone calls off for the call. But that won't happen there when we are in office. Like you have that conversations जो हमारी
right.
कैंपस में होती थी, अब हमारी सीनियर
हाँ,
जूनियर की नहीं
हाँ,
होती है यहाँ पे. So that is
right.
there, that part is missing. That thing is very crucial, which helps you to grow like as a person, as an employee. That is missing.
Right. It's just the way like we all like online classes, but we don't like offline exams. So,
Yeah.
and the session would have been like really nice if it would have been in the campus offline session. Raghav, are you there? I guess Raghav is just starting, is trying to connect again. So, So Raghavya said that he'll join and wants us to continue. So let's just begin with the session. So hi everyone, formally once again to every fourth year right, second year right, and to the panelists who are present here. So this is basically an acing session for analyst preparation for the placements, and we are having Vikrant Bhaiya, Karan Bhaiya, Saket Bhaiya, and Raghav Bhaiya with us, and just giving a brief introduction about themselves, about what they have done in their college, and about their internships and where they are working. So starting off with Vikrant Bhaiya. So Vikrant Bhaiya had done a couple is from pharmaceutical branch and has done a couple of internships in research as well as in corporate sector. He has done his research internship from Cardiff University. He was also a product analyst intern at Calmwork and Paytm, and is currently working as an associate business analyst at Flipkart. Hi Vikrant Bhaiya.
Thanks for the intro, man.
Uh, Next panelist we have is Karan Bhaiya. Karan Bhaiya also did a couple of research internships at IIT Bombay, which I guess was the core intern at IM Bangalore. And along with it, he also aces corporate internships at Class Plus as a PM intern. And currently he's working at City. So, hi Karan Bhaiya once again.
Hi.
And next we are having Saket Bhaiya. Saket Bhaiya is from Chemical Engineering Department, and he has done his summer internship at Reliance and is currently working as a business analyst in at OYO. Hi Saket Bhaiya.
Hello.
And not last but not the least, we are having Raghav Bhaiya. Raghav Bhaiya has also done a couple of internships in research institutes, be it IIM Vishakhapatnam, IIFT, and his summer intern was at INSEAD, France, and currently he's placed at uh, Mastercard as an associate analyst. So I guess Raghav Bhaiya is here.
Hey, hi guys, and good to enter into the next 1 hour of nostalgia with all of you. So,
And about myself, my name is Utkarsh Srivastava. I am currently in my third year at in chemical engineering, and I'll be just moderating this session for all of the fourth year guys who are present here. So this entire session will be divided into a couple of segments. The first segment would be like the general preparation questions which everyone has, and then about the resume making things. Finally, we'll move on to the placement tests, how they're conducted, and what are the things which we need to keep in mind. And finally, some uh, the last moment advices from the senior alumni, and then the forum or the dash will be open for everyone to ask their respective questions. So, is that sounds good? Right. So let's begin with the preparation questions. So, like one of the most generic questions, yet one of the most important questions is about the placement stress. Like, imagine yourself 1 year back in the month of October. What was the stress for you guys? How did you, manage the stress along with all these placement examinations?
So yeah, I will go first then.
Right.
Okay, so basically, yeah. So during the month of October, November, the stress will be at its peak. Usually, you won't have an idea like what will happen, and that kind of thoughts will be there. So basically, how I dealt with that is that uh, firstly, you have to remove the pressure. You have to understand that like placement is like one of the critical thing, but you should also make sure that like only 50 or 60% things are in your hand, and you should move like in that way. You should think like that, and just think of giving your best. And also, I would suggest also make sure simply don't be occupied so much. Like do something like I would say that uh, do some kind of other hobbies too during this preparation. Don't fully occupy only and only think about placements. At least take breaks in between and do some kind of activities which you actually like, which will actually help you to relieve a lot of stress. So for me, I used to work out daily, and that really helped me during my preparation. You also get very active, and it also helps you to release stress and yeah, and feel positive. Yeah, so that was one thing. And just be confident and yeah, give your best. That only I would suggest.
Right. Would you like to add something, Sakit Bhaiya?
Talking about analyst, I had nothing to lose in the placement season. Means मैंने अपने सेकेंड ईयर थर्ड ईयर दोनों इंटर्न कोर में ही किया था, और थर्ड ईयर इंटर्न मेरी रिलायंस में थी, और हम रिलायंस वाले लोग बहुत ही चिल रहते हैं कि वो लोग पीपीओ दे ही देंगे। लेकिन लास्ट ईयर पेंडेमिक के कारण वो लोग दे नहीं देते, हालांकि पीपीओ दिए वो लोग, लेकिन बाद में दिए, इस साल दिए ओयो में लगने के बाद। तो मुझे था कि और कोर की कंपनी जा नहीं रही थी, तो मेरे पास एनालिस्ट का वैसे मैंने लगभग 15 अक्टूबर के बाद मैंने सोचा कि चलो एनालिस्ट की प्रोफाइल में बैठते हैं। तो मैंने जो भी एनालिस्ट का प्रिपरेशन की थी मैंने, वो सब लास्ट 1-1.5 महीने में ही की थी। तो मेरे पास ऐसा कुछ नहीं था कि ठीक है इसमें होगा कि नहीं होगा, तो ऐसा में स्ट्रेस नहीं था। और ये था कि ठीक है, उसके बाद ओयो के बाद 3 तारीख से कोर की कंपनी जानी थी, तो था कि इसमें अगर नहीं होगा तो फिर कोर है। तो मैं आराम से था कि ठीक है जो होगा सो होगा।
मतलब आपका पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड हमेशा साथ में था कि एनालिस्ट नहीं हुआ तो कोर तो है ही।
हाँ, क्योंकि एनालिस्ट मैंने बस लास्ट 1-1.5 महीने में किया था, तो नहीं भी होगा।
विक्रांत भैया?
Arey, everything Karan bhaiya and Saket, I think they really summed up really well. It's just that you need to be confident because see, bottom line is at the end of the day placement तो हो ही जाता है, तो इतना लोड लेने की बीटी तो मतलब जरूरत नहीं है लोगों को। इट्स जस्ट कि वो हाइप रहती है प्लेसमेंट के टाइम पे, यार डे 1 होना है, डे 2 होना है, तो वो हाइप की वजह से प्रेशर क्रिएट होता है। बट इट्स जस्ट कि टेक थिंग्स लाइटली, डू जैसे करण भाई ऑल्सो सजेस्टेड कि डू थिंग्स दैट यू डू रेगुलरली। बस एक मतलब रेगुलरली यू हैव टू फॉलो फ्यू थिंग्स। जैसे अगर टेस्ट की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो तो सुबह उठ के अगर स्पीड के ऊपर काम करना है, शाम को बैठ के अगर टॉपिक्स के ऊपर काम करना है, तो दैट यू नीड टू बी डू फ्रीक्वेंटली, रेगुलरली, उसमें रेगुलरिटी इंपॉर्टेंट है। और तीसरा, अगर लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल यू हैव स्टार्टेड फॉर इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन, तो उसके लिए अगर केस स्टडीज प्रैक्टिस करनी है या जो भी चीजें होती है, यू नीड टू बी जस्ट रेगुलर विद दोस थिंग्स, उसमें ब्रेक नहीं होना चाहिए। अदरवाइज इट्स लाइक नॉर्मल लाइफ है, हो जाता है सबका एकदम बढ़िया चिल, नॉट नीड, नो नीड टू टेक स्ट्रेस एंड ऑल दैट मच।
राघव भैया?
Yeah, I think three of them have added everything. And just to point out a few things here, during this time, I know it's very crucial time of the year, but try to stay connected with your friends from college, yeah, otherwise okay, try to talk to people from other campuses, so that will give you a way or a view, how many companies are coming, and how is the preparation, and will also give you a chill effect inside you that okay, like I can do this. And also जितना हो सके यार अपने सीनियर्स से टच में रहो, दैट इज ऑल्सो अ वे दैट दे कैन हेल्प यू विद कि क्या करना चाहिए और क्या नहीं। बाकी एज विक्रांत सेड कि सबका हो जाता है, इट्स जस्ट द मैटर कि फर्स्ट डे या सेकंड डे का है, तो नोबडी शुड टेक दैट लोड, and just stay confident during the whole preparation, because it's just the matter of confidence that because everybody is in the same situation. So अब जो इसको fight कर लेगा, that person will get into day 1 or day 2, and others they'll get into the other days. तो बस it's that matter of confidence. तो बाकी chill होके preparation करो, वही जो IIT PHU ने अभी तक सिखाया है यार, कि chill रहो बस।
Right, सब light है।
Exactly.
So Bhaiya, like moving on to the next question. So when we talk about the preparation of analyst profile, one of the major chunk is aptitude. So how did you guys prepared for the aptitude section for the tests, for the company tests? Sakit Bhaiya?
मैंने सिर्फ इंडिया विक्स जो साइट है उससे मैंने किया था, सिर्फ एप्टी, वर्बल, LRDI, उसके अलावा मैंने कुछ नहीं किया था।
Right. राघव भैया?
हाँ यार, मोस्टली LRDI का ऐसा था कि आई फॉलोड द मटेरियल फ्रॉम टाइम, बिकॉज वो मुझे लगा कि काफ़ी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव है, एंड टेस्ट और भी उसके काफ़ी सही है, तो यूजुअली मैंने वही मटेरियल फॉलो करा था फॉर द होल प्रिपरेशन। एंड बाकी यार वी यूज्ड टू प्रिपेयर इन ग्रुप्स, तो हम लोग सेम टेस्ट 3-4 जने साथ में देते थे, so that we can compare scores and get कि यार कौन सा सबसे क्विक वे हो सकता है किसी भी क्वेश्चन को करने का। So I think that helped a lot. So this is a good way, to study, to get to know other strategies, और कैसे quickly कर सकते हैं, या फिर क्या mistakes in general सब लोग बना रहे हैं. So I think वैसे भी if things are happening virtual, then this is one of the best way to get a fact check कि okay, if the preparation is going in the right direction or there are needs of improvement.
Right. Karan bhaiya.
Okay, so for me preparation के लिए तो one of the crucial thing is कि giving test. तो usually जो mistake करते हैं लोग की है कि बस concepts पढ़ते हैं and बात मतलब you have to always like make sure that कि because the concept which we will find in the papers is usually that it like 10 standard maximum उतने ही basic level पे आते हैं. So basically speed matters and it's very crucial for analyst papers like analyst position के लिए जो papers है उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा competition है like around 300-400 students appear for that and only around 30 or 40 clears it. So finally it boils down to the speed which actually matters. So at this point basically everyone should follow like focus on giving more number of tests. So for example Pariksha and I think Prepleaf is also there which had last time had a like had a collaboration with our institute for some kind of test. So do make sure that giving all that test and India it's also there where you can actually practice a lot of papers. It is not that high level, but for basics and mostly I saw that a lot of questions were directly taken from India which last time. So just make sure that you go on doing the test and whenever you find a difficulty in particular topic, so just go and read that. It should never be like that you're going on reading concepts and then thinking of giving a test. Just make sure that like just make the habit of giving test every day. That I would suggest to everyone from now onwards.
Vikrant bhaiya, would you like to add something on that?
I think one of the important things is by Karan bhaiya only ki you need to be regular with your practices and give mocks regularly. And ki rather than you sit and read concepts, try examples, so zyada you will be able to learn whenever you give test.
Okay. So just a follow-up question on that is that many students also prepare for CAT along with the analyst preparation. So would you suggest ki having a CAT preparation and sitting for the analyst position? I mean the CAT preparation would suffice the aptitude section for analyst test. What views do you have on that?
So I personally prepared mainly using the CAT materials only from my friends who used to study for CAT. So I like took a photocopy from their time. So they were going to time, and I took the materials and I used to study from that. So I definitely think doing a CAT preparation will definitely like help you in actually acing the placement test. And there isn't much other like topics which actually been asked in the papers. I think one or two companies generally ask SQL questions. Other than that, I think CAT level is basically higher than the placement papers that we'll eventually find. So yeah, definitely it's going to benefit.
So that's a good strategy. Raghav bhaiya, do you have any views on that?
Yeah, same views.
Okay.
Because I myself prepared from time material, so I think that helped a lot.
Right. So also in terms like aptitude is just one section for clearing the placement test. Along with it, there are technical questions as well, which are from the SQL part. And the statistic part as well. So how did you prepare for those sections?
Utkarsh, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
So sorry, I got disconnected. One thing I just wanted to add there is key in terms of the material and what exactly people should prepare with, rather than like out of the mind we remember ki pariksha ke test the Arun Sharma book, some people refer time ka material is there. One thing that fourth year students can do is जो placement portals पे previous students ने अपने reviews लिखे they have properly मतलब जो भी target students are targeting for, let's say someone is targeting Mastercard या someone is targeting Flipkart, so उन relevant students के interview experiences just try to read those things out, and few of the people have listed all the things, like they have also provided the material as well there. So एक बार उसको I would suggest you all the fourth yearites must read that particular segment, which will eventually give like you would not know that person, but eventually you will be able to learn what like experience he went through while he was selected at Mastercard or any other company. So that is important.
Right. So moving on to the next question, I'll just repeat the question once more. The aptitude के साथ साथ there are the technical questions as well for the placement for the company specific tests. So which comprise of SQL and sometimes also DSA part for some companies. So what are your views on that? How to prepare those questions? Karan bhaiya, would you like to go?
Okay. So if you talk about particularly analytics companies, so this is around, I think, 5 or 10% companies which will maximum like ask you technical questions. Mostly, what I have observed is that it's basically the aptitude thing. You will get probability and statistic question. So for that, uh, the probability, you can go through the 12 standard probability, the Bayes theorem and all that conditional probability. That's for like that's enough for the placement point of view. And for statistics, I don't know like if it's good if you start studying now, because one thing is not exactly okay. There is a Khan Academy's statistics and probability, which is around 50 videos, which you can actually go through. But seeing the time window that we have now, I don't suggest that. So basically, you can just go through the descriptive statistics, which is mainly the mean, median, mode, which everyone knows. But there are few things which you can actually some concepts like when mean should be used and when median is used, and there is also this thing. What is that? Sigma. I'm not getting the name. That curve is there, no? What do you call that? Anyone from the panel? Do you remember
Normal
anyone?
distribution, right?
Sorry, yeah. So normal distribution. So these kind of concepts you can actually learn at this point of time. Because if you like now start studying statistics, it will be very difficult to actually cover, and you will only feel underconfident. So I will suggest that just go through, and as Vikrant said, so going through the archives which is there in the placement portal, you'll actually get to know like what questions have been asked from this kind of topics, and particularly study based on that. And talking about SQL, it's very basic. I think PrepLeaf, last year I used to revise from PrepLeaf video, so we can go through that. They have actually uploaded 2 hours of video, 2 hours video on SQL, which basically covers everything which can be asked in the placement. So I would suggest everyone ki I actually followed PrepLeaf during the end period. They had put a lot of videos, which is particularly like uh, for this kind of things like SQL and puzzles, everything, which with the important puzzles and SQL questions which are usually asked in the placement season. So everyone can go through that. Yeah. So and everyone focus should be mainly on, I would say, aptitude. This all are very few companies ask. So main focus should be on aptitude.
Right. Vikrant
Like
bhaiya, would
that,
you like
the technical thing. Just to add, sorry.
definitely.
So, and if you talk about C++, I think 1 or 2 companies had asked about that. So for that, you need to know about the concepts in OOPS. That is the level that maximum the companies can go for the C++ part. So OOPS concept, what is encapsulation or this kind of things, or some error decoding type of MCQs. So that kind of idea, you should have. Yeah.
Vikrant bhaiya, would you like to add something?
No, I think Karan Bhaiya almost summed it really well. So just one, matlab, in my experience also, almost negligible companies I ask these type of questions in terms of analyst roles. It's just that sometimes they can ask you a few questions related to SQL or something specific to data science if you have that in your CV, because it becomes very crucial whatever you have each and every on your resume. They're gonna grill you really hard on that. So at that point of time it becomes really that. So if a person have that particular thing or any project related to those things, just deep dive on them. And in terms of SQL also, I think that they don't ask deep dive question. They just ask यार left join कैसे करोगे, right join कैसे करोगे, union क्या होता है, all those things. So not much of an issue. Like even if you go and study with cheat sheets as well, which are available for SQL and all those things, you would be good to go, I guess.
Right. Raghav bhaiya?
Yeah, I think Karan and Vikrant have almost covered everything. And yeah, as you know, Vikrant mentioned, ki SQL, maybe sometimes they ask it. So what you can do is like what I prepared was there's a website called sqlzoo.net, and I think it's one of the best sources to prepare SQL in 2-3 days, and it covers all the basics things. So I think you can just visit that. And for other concepts that are more mathematical, I think yeah, Khan Academy video, as Karan mentioned, they are really good. So I think that should solve the purpose.
Right. Saket bhaiya.
हाँ, सारी बातें होंगी ये लगभग। एसक्यूएल मैंने जितने भी एप्टी टेस्ट दिए थे उसमें बस ओयो वाले ने पूछा था। एसक्यूएल और पाइथन और आर के भी कुछ क्वेश्चंस थे, लेकिन वो सब एप्टी टेस्ट में, लेकिन वो सारे बेसिक थे। और यूट्यूब पर फ्री कोड कैंप करके है एक साइट, मैंने उसी से किया था। तो उसमें एसक्यूएल, पाइथन, आर वो बहुत ही सफिशिएंट लेवल तक बता देते हैं, जितना यहाँ पर हमें इंटरव्यू लेवल तक चाहिए यहाँ प्लेसमेंट में। तो वो तो एक-एक दिन का बात, एक-एक दिन की बात है वो सब। तो वो सारी चीज़ें हो जाती हैं। स्टैट के लिए तो करण ने बताया, स्टैट के लिए मैंने वहाँ से लिंक्डइन लर्निंग पर स्टैट का बहुत ही अच्छा कोर्स है, एक स्टैटिस्ट बेसिक, इंटरमीडिएट और एडवांस्ड। तो वो लगभग 1 दिन में वो तीनों 1-2 दिन में हो जाती है पूरी। लीनियर रिग्रेशन तक वो लोग कवर किए हुए हैं। और लीनियर रिग्रेशन वगैरह इंटरव्यू में पूछते हैं कभी-कभी, तो वहाँ से कर सकते हैं। अगर आपके पास कम टाइम है, तो वहाँ से कर सकते हैं।
Right. So just a follow-up question on this technical skill set wala part. Ki like in the last placement session there were companies which also had some coding questions. So what is your take on that? Uh, Vikrant bhaiya, can you start that?
See, in terms of placements last year test, I didn't apply for any of the companies which had coding question because I was pretty sure on that. Also, अगर let's say जैसे GS वगैरह की टेस्ट में आती हैं, तो that is a complete other segment वाला part. For that you need to have a strong acumen and strong, basically strong skill set over those things. In terms of analyst, even if they would ask, I feel personally that they won't be grilling you on that. It could be morely checking your acumen and just see how you particularly think in that particular test on that given time.
Right. So Raghav bhaiya.
Yeah, I very well agree to Vikrant, and I think very basic knowledge of certain algorithms or data structures can help you in those companies which ask very minute kind of a coding. Like I remember during my time, I think it was HSBC and Standard Chartered which ask very easy questions. So if you have that simple knowledge about writing small codes also, then that could have made the difference. And I think there were 5-6 companies which were definitely coming in the good slots, paying well. But they the requirement was of an analyst, but they asked very easy questions. So I think if you have that time, then I think it's always good to prepare in very small amount about these roles, because वहाँ पे ऐसा होता है कि most of the people who are applying for the analyst position, usually they do not code. The same was with me as well. So I think I thought कि अगर यार वो वाली companies थोड़ी crack हो जाती, तो I think there is a very good scope, because जो अच्छे coders होते हैं they don't apply for those companies. But yeah, usually जो जो लोग analyst position के लिए apply करते हैं, there is a very good chance for them to get those roles. So I think थोड़ा बहुत अगर GFG से अगर मतलब एक हफ्ते तक भी you can prepare some basic questions, so I think that might help. But it's not important, because there are a lot of analyst positions also which do not ask these questions. So it's totally upon you and how much bandwidth that you have.
Right. Saket bhaiya.
मैंने उन सब में अप्लाई नहीं किया था जिसमें
Right.
मुझे
Pure
कोई आइडिया नहीं।
analyst. Right.
हाँ,
Karan bhaiya, you have already said about OOPS concepts.
Yeah. So
Just
I
add.
so I also like mainly I did not sit for coding companies. I was like sure that I would be heading with analytics only. But during my preparation, I had like tried a bit on coding. So I would suggest actually to actually get a hands-on experience on at least array strings. And usually these are the as Raghav said, these are the kind of questions usually the companies like Standard Chartered, HSBC, even they come for the software profile, they ask only this kind of basic questions, which are mostly based on arrays and get an idea about different kind of algorithms. Just get an basic idea like what exactly is and why we are doing it. The things you should not like rote learn and understand why it's happening, why we are using this algorithm, a basic understanding. And I think even 1 or 2 weeks is good enough time for to get a basic understanding of that.
Right. So summarizing it up till here is that technical skills, it is basic, pretty basic from SQL. We can do it from Preply and some online sources like FreeCodeCamp, and that the DSA wala part is very less and limited for some companies, but if we have time, we can skim through that as well. So, like moving to the next question, uh, is that about the case preparations. So there is basically a plethora of resources available when it comes to case study preparations. Every big major engineering college or as well as the IIMs also roll out their case books. So how did you choose your case book? Like after a couple of times it becomes monotonous, but initially how did you went through that? And particularly in the month of October, if you had some advice for that.
Okay. So actually, so I particularly start preparing for the case and my like this semester, like the final semester before the placement. And I went through went through a lot of videos on YouTube and also some of the sessions which are taken by the consulting club at our institute. So one of the books that everyone suggests was that I think uh, case case in point. Yeah, case in point. So I tried reading through that, but it was very fast. So and one more book I came across one more book which was very helpful, which found very helpful. Like I found it very helpful, which was Case Interviews Cracked. So it is very short book. I think around 20 to 22 cases it has, and basically focusing on the placement scenarios. Like case in point is something like that. It has a lot of things, and like if you are getting to like studying case and case studies, you have a lot of concepts and everything, but you should actually understand what exactly is asked based in our like for the IIT's placement, because when you actually go through the IIM case study books or some other kind of MBS case study books, it is very vast. It's actually prepared for them, and that kind of frameworks or that kind of concepts are not actually asked for us. So basically, four frameworks are important for us. I think one of them is guesstimate that every company asks. That is for sure. And the other thing is there is profitability case studies, there is market entry, and there is pricing, and there is one more. I guess there is one more, right? Anyone remember the name?
Capacity problems.
Uh-huh. No, guesstimate.
Go on, go on, go on.
Yeah, sir. हाँ कोई तो बोलो अभी
नहीं, मैं बोल रहा था फोर्थ कैपेसिटी प्रॉब्लम है, वो जो आप फ्रेमवर्क बता रहे थे ना.
अच्छा मतलब basically four is there, so that like majority every like company will ask from these four only.
Right.
So that's one mistake that everyone does. I have seen that basically going through there are a lot of frameworks you will get like 4P, 7C, something like that. But you don't have to actually go through that. And I would suggest case interviews crack, which is actually written by some IIT Bombay alumni, which is actually like addresses what is exactly required for the campus placement in IIT. So at this point, I will definitely suggest everyone to actually go through that book.
Saket bhaiya,
What's the name?
Case interviews cracked.
Saket bhaiya, do you have some add-ons on that?
मैंने केस स्टडी और यूट्यूब पर विक्टर चेंग करके हैं, तो उन्होंने उनके 8-10 वीडियोज हैं केस इंटरव्यू के. वो मैंने सिर्फ केस स्टडी के लिए सिर्फ वही किया था, उसी को 2-3 बार उसी को देखा था. वो बहुत ही सही है, कितने फ्रेमवर्क्स होते हैं, किस तरह से हमें क्वेश्चंस पूछने हैं, तो वो मैंने बस वहीं से किया था. और गेस्टिमेट के लिए एफएमएस गेस्टिमेट करके एक है, वहाँ लगभग 20-22 आपको दिए हुए हैं क्वेश्चंस और उसको सॉल्व भी किया हुआ है. तो गेस्टिमेट के लिए मैंने बस वो किया था. तो विक्टर चेंग का मुझे लगता है कि बहुत सही है. और मेरा तो जो इंटरव्यू हुआ था वो में तो लगभग मेरा 25-30 मिनट मेरा केस ही चला था, तो उसमें वो विक्टर चेंग का बहुत काम आया था.
Raghav bhaiya.
Yeah, I think मैंने भी same ही resources follow करी थी what Saket mentioned. So first one is Victor Chang's video. I think there are some 6-7 videos which were very helpful, and they will tell you कि बेसिक जो फ्रेमवर्क्स हैं, जो 4 या 5 फ्रेमवर्क्स जो करण ने मेंशन करे थे, तो उसके लिए हाउ टू गो अहेड विद देम. एंड देन ये केस एफएमएस केस कंपेडियम था एक, जिसमें गेस एस्टिमेट्स थे. आई थिंक दैट वन आल्सो आई फॉलोड. But yeah, most important is how do we approach a case study? Because before the interview you can read all these books, but it's very important to execute it there. So for that, what I used to do is, with my bunch of friends, we used to practice cases. So one of us used to tell a problem, and the other one used to answer, and then we used to check what's exactly written in the book and what we answered. So I think that is something which can really help you to execute during the interview, so that you can get. और यार केसेस का एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि ठीक है यार, मतलब उसका एक फ्रेमवर्क होता है, बाकी प्रोसेसेस होते हैं, बट इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि केसेस एक नॉर्मल एनालिसिस है. It's nothing more or nothing less. So just apply your basic sense in solving them. So don't get into too much into, जैसे करण mentioned कि यार there are 4 P's and ये वो बहुत सारी ऐसे outside resources होती है. बस focus on the main things, and just remember कि it's a problem solving way. So focus during the interview to ask a lot of questions that can get you near the solution. And usually I've seen that the people who ask these questions in the interview, they're not too much concerned that what is the final solution that you reach. It's always the approach that you take. So that should be very important, and for that approach it's important to ask relevant questions during the case. So I think just focus on 2-3 things, and then I think in a week's time you can get good or you can start solving cases which can help you during the interview. So always practice it with a couple of friends. So I think that is always helpful.
Just a follow-up question on that, Bhaiya, ki what is the ideal size of a case group? I mean, how many friends you should practice with?
Okay, so it's like you should take in a group the number of friends with whom you can share a pizza. So a large pizza. So three is kind of optimum. 3 or 4, it's fine.
Right. Great analogy. Vikrant Bhaiya, do you have something to add on that?
I think all of them told all the things. Resources सबके same रहते हैं. एक case interview crack की बहुत अच्छी videos हैं. Everyone must go through those things. Victor Cheng की videos perfect हैं. Then there is IIM की case book also is there. वो भी लोग try कर सकते हैं, because I saw कि वहाँ पे मतलब it's just कि कैसे frameworks होते हैं. What type of frameworks are also there, just to explore those things. So मैंने भी वो देखा था, but eventually at the end of the day it boils down to कि how you are approaching any particular case, as Raghav mentioned that. So that you will only develop when you will practice more cases. One thing I would like do some sort of advice here to a lot of people who is ki case studies is the only thing which are gonna will help you land at a job in terms of analyst or in terms of PM jobs as well, if anyone is targeting that. So case interviews ke liye first you try to build practice with your friends and come up to a particular position where you are able to solve a particular case study in the right approach. Then after that I would say try to give mock interviews as much as you can, because what happens is I prepared for case interviews somewhat around 20-30 days in November. Usme starting के 10 days I only did this research ki I was preparing with my roommate, and then I was along with that giving, just give me, yeah, along with that I was checking the books या references कहाँ पे कौन से frameworks हैं या कुछ ऐसा चीज तो नहीं है जो miss हो गया, all those things. But at the end of the day, the real thing which helped me a lot is practicing with my seniors who were already placed in different companies. So I was approaching people. So let's say my seniors who already got placed in Flipkart या Mastercard or in other companies as well. I approached them and then asked those people to take my mock interview, because that particular thing helped me to develop a lot. So what happens there is, whenever you give your interview to a particular senior, so he'll have his feedback for you, and then you can improve on those. There would be a particular thing which he might not be able to find, which some other senior would. So at least 3 to 4 mock interviews to different seniors would really help you in terms of preparing or grilling you to that real essence of the interviewship. So this happens with me as well. You guys might know Dhruv Baveja, who was already on Flipkart. So what happened? Those specific interviews helped me gain experience. So those people asked questions to me which were relevant to my profile as well, and which were relevant to like those particular profiles. So because they've already seen those, like given the interviews, they have been to that particular process, so they already know about these things, and then they grilled me on the same things, and eventually I grow, like I learned through those grillings, which helped me in the interview. So overall, like whenever you will be facing same situations there as well, this thing helped me a lot, I would say. And eventually it can help anyone, because those people are the real, like have been to the process and can add really good value to the to your process overall. Or just one more thing, I might forget it later. Just prepare your intro, the intro that you give in your interviews for starting 40-50 seconds really well. Because if you prepare your if any particular person can prepare his interview intro really good, the interviewer would directly, like, can bring a positive impact and a negative impact of that particular person. So that creates a lot of impact at the start of your, like interview. So that you need to really stress upon, and like think a lot for the intro. So I usually prepared 4 or 7, like 6 or 7 intro parts, and then by giving various interviews and mock interviews, I just finalized one. And I personally feel that that was particularly well, which like I used eventually. So that only happened because I went through the process and checked with all the seniors and gave mock interviews.
Yeah, so Vikrant Bhaiya has put up a very nice and interesting point about mock interviews. So basically, he said ki uh, to get mock interviews from the seniors as well as from our peers. If we have the numbers of those seniors in our contact list, or randomly texting them on LinkedIn, I think that would suffice. So, uh, if any of the panelists wants to add something on the mock interview part.
Yeah, so it was very important thing to actually take mock interviews before the interview, because like everyone feels like it's okay, we can actually manage, but it actually creates a problem, because when you're first facing an interview, you'll be in a lot of stress. So if you don't have that practice to speak actually in a flow manner, you will actually fumble there, or you won't be very like you won't be very comfortable speaking. So it's very important you at least have 4 to 5 mock interviews, or at least 3 before the interview, and do make sure to understand like where we are actually making mistakes and improve that. And as Vikrant said, the intro and all the HR questions. So I think you will find a lot of HR questions which are important, which are usually asked in the interviews. So try to write it down, make it a doc or in a notebook, and write all the answers for that. And try to come up with some stories which you can actually you can't actually think during the interview. As I said, you will be in a lot of pressure and stress. So you should be well prepared before that. Okay, why are you preparing for analytics something? So you should don't you should not start thinking at that point of time. You should be already prepared with all these answers. Why you want Flipkart or whatever Mastercard, which why this company, uh, where you see forward, like where are you, like where you'll be after 5 years, why analytics. So these kind of things. So you'll have around 10 everything boils. I think that you'll get a HR question, set of HR questions in the internet too, like 64 HR something like that. So so you should actually prepare that beforehand and have a lot of mock interviews.
Right. So, uh, just I had a personal question over here. I don't know if the fourth yearites would have the same question. I had a question key. If suppose I don't know a senior, should I text him on LinkedIn for a mock interview uh, on the weekends? Would it be
Uh,
nice?
so if I tell about myself, so I did not take any interview from the senior. Okay, for actually I am a dual degree student, so I had a lot of friends who had actually uh,
Fourth in
fourth
the
year
weekend.
have already graduated. So yeah, it was kind of helpful. Yeah, but I think if you don't have any senior, it will also won't be a very big problem, because you have to, like, one thing you have to make sure is that whatever project, prepare your resume. That's more important. Like the interviewer will only like the leave the case study and problem statement part aside. Mostly the interview will go on your resume. It's 70 to 60% will be from your resume. So you should be thoroughly prepared with that. So you can actually prepare that with your friends too. You can ask them. You can him the resume and try to tell him that, ask whatever question you find, like, and also make sure that key whatever projects you're writing in your resume, whatever things, like mostly the interviewer goes to the project thing only, projects and internship. COR they might go, but it was not in my case. But you should go to every minute details, and you should have an explanation for everything written over your resume. So that's more important. You cannot write a Python in the skills and you don't know anything in that. So when you have written anything, you should be thorough with that. You should be able to explain what you have done. And while explaining project, make sure that you think that like you should explain in a way that he should understand it. You should never think that I will explain that way that he won't understand and he won't ask any questions. Like throwing some words and some algorithm, and you might think that he he might not understand, he will not ask any question. So it's not like that. You should make sure that the interviewer understands. That will be more beneficial to you. Okay.
Right. One thing I just want to add here is ki on terms of what Karan Bhaiya said, what happens is कि let's say I'm preparing for interviews, I've written all my resume, jot down कि यार अगर कोई इस project पे पूछेगा I'll say this, कोई इस internship पे पूछेगा I'll say. But what actually mock interviews helps you with that is they grill, like the people who are already seniors, they grill you on those questions. So you become a speechless at certain point of times. So let's say agar like I am a particular senior or there is any particular junior who is asking me ki bhaiya interview le lo ya, so I'll grill him to the point he might even not know. And eventually that will help him to solve, like to reply those answers. He'll be able to think about that. So it is just to break the perception कि यार मतलब people prepare कि मैंने मतलब internship prepare कर लिया है, जो भी मेरे से पूछेगा मैं बता दूंगा this and that, but eventually those mock interviews help you grill over those internships and those projects, and which will help you in the final interviews as well. So this was the exact same case happened with me in my mock interviews. I was very much speechless at some point of times कि मतलब in my particular internship. But so my senior was asking कि यहाँ पे क्या किया तूने, यहाँ पे क्या किया तूने. So like he was taking proper interview in English and all, but eventually at many point of time I was speechless कि I does not know this, I am not aware of this. So those things I prepared then, and then eventually the same things I was able to answer very easily in terms of like real interviews. So that process like grills you for the real event.
Right. Raghav Bhaiya and Saket Bhaiya, do you have some add-ons on that?
Yeah. I mean, very well agreed with what Karan and Vikrant said. And to your question, you can always, I think, approach seniors on LinkedIn. I think, most of them will be very happy to, take your mock interviews, and especially approach, on Friday evening so that you can plan something on Saturday or a Sunday. I think that is the best time. And yeah, I mean, very important thing that I really like what Karan said, that do not think कि I'll mold things during the interview, या मैं ऐसे कह दूंगा वो कह दूंगा कि उसको कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा और मैं भी बता दूंगा. तो just remember कि यार वो लोग जो है वो उस process से जा चुके हैं पूरा, so they know what the person sitting on the other side thinks, yeah, how he'll answer. So always be very frank and be very true with your resume. So I think that is the most important thing कि जो भी line if you have written on the resume, the thing is that you should be able to defend it. I think that is the best way to prepare your resume. So as Vikrant said, give a lot of mock interviews. So unfortunately, like when I was preparing, I did not have too much time to give interviews to my senior. So here the IDD and BTech duo, that kind of duo, it really helped. So I gave interviews to the fourth year IDD friends who were my batchmates, classmates. So that really helped a lot. And as Karan said that when he was in IDD, so I think some of his BTech friends, they helped a lot. So I think that duo is also kind of very helpful. So even if you cannot approach seniors, then you can take help from your batchmates as well. So they are also good people in terms of asking you or roasting you at the right time, and at the right places in your resume. So that really helps a lot. So always try to give at least 2 or 3 mock interviews, so that you don't make same mistakes during the actual interview. You make different mistakes. So that's the point.
Saket Bhaiya?
सारी बातें हो ही गई. मैंने कोई मॉक इंटरव्यू नहीं दिया था क्योंकि मेरे पास टाइम ही बहुत कम था एनालिस्ट के लिए, तो मैंने एक भी मॉक इंटरव्यू नहीं दिया था. लेकिन मैं जब इंटर्नशिप चल रही थी, हम इंटर्नशिप टेस्ट चल रही थी और मैं कोर की तैयारी कर रहा था, उस वक्त मेरी तैयारी बहुत अच्छी थी, लेकिन मैंने उस वक्त भी मॉक इंटरव्यू नहीं दिया था. लेकिन मुझे लगता रहता था कि इतने देर में मैं कुछ और पढ़ लूँगा. लेकिन मॉक इंटरव्यू बहुत ज़रूरी है. और सीनियर्स की जहाँ तक बात है तो आप अगर किसी को भी मैसेज कीजिएगा, आप जानते हो नहीं जानते हो उनको, तो कोई भी अगर फ्री है तो आपका ज़रूर ले लेगा। और आप जितनी भी चीज़ें लिखते हैं रिज्यूमे में, जो भी जो छोटी-छोटी बातें हैं, आप एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर की जो भी चीज़ें हैं, जो पीओआर की जो भी चीज़ें हैं, तो उनसे भी क्वेश्चंस, खासकर एनालिटिक्स के लिए तो बहुत ही ज़रूरी है। कोड और बाकी प्रोफाइल्स में वो नहीं पूछे, लेकिन इसमें तो आप वो पूछते ही हैं। तो जो छोटी-छोटी बातें हैं सब पर क्लियर होना चाहिए कि हमने उसमें क्या काम किया है।
Right. So basically, it was a nice thing on mock interviews. I personally had a good experience of having mock interviews with Raghav Bhaiya. He also grilled me to a point which I had to change my resume format, and which also helped me in my final interviews in the internship sessions. So moving on to the next segment
Yeah,
of the
just Utkarsh, just to interrupt on this. So I'll just share a very small example when I was preparing for my placement. So it was just a couple of days before when I it was 1st of December. I think couple of days before 1st of December. So when I had to give my first interview, so I gave an interview to my batchmate who was from the IDD. So I think there were 3-4 points he mentioned that you should know more about this, and I think this is something that you have not really gone through, and those were the same things, exactly same things which the interviewer also asked me. So I think I always feel that it was really fortunate that I gave that interview. I got to know a couple of more things that I should know more. So I think really it helps a lot, mock interviews किसी को भी दो आप IDD में आपके friend को या फिर to your senior. But yeah, it really helps. So one should ideally give mock interviews.
right.
Yeah, Utkarsh, over to you.
Thanks. So moving on to the next segment, which is the resume preparation and resume shortlisting things. So many of the companies in analytics profile does resume shortlisting. So what are the important parameters which you think that companies take into consideration while the resume shortlisting? Starting from you only, Raghav here.
Okay. So I think one of the things that some of the companies they do take into consideration is, I think, the CPI. Uh, because I've seen that they usually shortlist. I think correct me if I'm wrong, Vikrant. I think Flipkart also they usually shortlist resumes who, with people from with more than 8 CPI or something. So I
7.
think yeah, 7. So CPI is one of those things that can put you that can screen you, and you can be into the top 50 people or 100 people, and then after that it's basically your prior experience, maybe with some kind of an analytic intern, or intern in related field. That is something that really helps a lot. So and then if you have a lot of projects, or not even lot, if you have a couple of projects into analytics, which can help you to tell ki, okay, I've done some kind of an experience with analyst, as into analytics, or as an analyst I've worked, so that might help. But if you don't have any of these, then also I think there is no point of worrying, because there are people who are into analytics role, which which have done interns in in different areas, or they were not preparing for analytics before the placement season. So there is nothing to worry. I think that is one of the best things for the analyst role. So if you have these things, good CPI and analytics intern or project, then it's very good. But if you don't, then don't worry about it, but just try to focus on the case study and the resume part. I think that's the most important thing.
Right. Vikrant Bhaiya, Saket Bhaiya, and Karan Bhaiya, some add-ons that you have?
Yeah, I would just add to, in terms of resume preparation, is definitely CPI plays an important role here, but I would say now you can't do anything. You just have your CPI. You cannot change it as of now. So, but other things that what you can do is, you can just make your interview, your resume, give an overall holistic view, that you just add few of the college achievements if you have, just give a flavor of any PORs if you have that, just one or two projects if you want to add that, if one or two internships. So overall, which it makes your resume looks heavy and just nice and clean. what happens usually is, because I've been the part of like a TPC team while my third year. So when Raghav Bhaiya was placed, I was part of TPC team, and I was looking at the people who were shortlisting resumes directly out of my hand. So I was just distributing them 10 resumes, and how they looks. So in your first glance, you don't look at things ki what is CPIs, what is intern is. Either there is some catchy phrases that he looks at, and then how is the overview presentation of any particular resume. So those two things become crucial initially, but that would not be the case like this time, because like people are not the interview won't happen, I guess, in person. But still, giving an overall holistic view of the resume and filling out all the spaces really, like, it brings that small tweaks and changes which inclines any particular HR or any the person who shortlists resume towards shortlisting yours. So let's say even I have done some a few internships, but if I'm not able to present it in a better manner, and rather any particular student who has just internship in IIT BHU and won few competitions, but presented it in a really good manner, and the like in the resume looks holistic, that this person have done something, that would make a difference, and that is what helps you get shortlisted your resume.
Right. Karan bhaiya and Saket bhaiya.
Yeah, I think Raghav and Vikrant summed it up like everything. So nothing to add on from my side.
हाँ
Saket bhaiya.
वही जब जब भी आप रिज्यूमे बनाते हैं तो ऐसा कर सकते हैं कि कोई भी सीनियर जो है उनको आप दिखा सकते हैं कि अगर कोई इरेलीवेंट चीज़ें हैं तो उसको हटा दे, या कोई चीज़ किसी बात को बहुत अच्छे से नहीं लिखा गया है तो उसको थोड़ा सुधार दे, तो किसी सीनियर से बात कर सकते हैं।
Just a follow-up question on this question itself. Like you guys have a couple of internships as well as you must have a lot of projects. So what, in your opinion, is a good project and a good internship, and how many projects to mention in a resume, and how many interns to mention in a resume, for that matter?
I think, as Vikrant pointed out, one or two interns, one or two projects is more than sufficient, because see, finally during the interview you have 30-40 odd minutes, so you don't have time for a lot of projects. So even if you mention 4 or 5 projects, then the person would usually say that tell me the best project that you liked, or explain that. So I think 2 projects and 2 internship is very sufficient. Just focus on defending what you are writing, because there are a lot of things which we write to exaggerate कि यार ये लिख देता हूँ पाइथन में, ये वो सब लिख देता हूँ, but at the end of the day it's not important कि how much you have on the resume. It's important that how much you can defend. So if he asks you some question, you're able to answer, और ऐसे ही चलता रहे पूरे इंटरव्यू में, तो yeah, then you have very good chances of getting selected. And then the next thing is, even if you by mistake write something that you're not able to tell, then it's better to tell that I'm not sure about it because I did in my third year, or it was in my second year that I did, and I cannot recall it exactly what it is. But do not try to frame stories or tell which always gives a wrong impression. So always accept ki, okay, I don't know this, and because maybe, but just give a small reason ki yaar, maybe I've done it in the second year and not able to recall it properly. So I think that is a better approach than framing something or telling something which is inaccurate.
Right. Vikrant bhaiya, Karan bhaiya, and Saket bhaiya, and any add-ons if you have.
Yeah, so exactly like Raghav said, you should make sure that whatever you write, it's like you know it actually and you have done it. And 1 or 2 projects and 1 or 2 internships will make it like is enough for the placements. And personally, I had a lot of projects which I had shortlisted before. Many of them I hadn't done. I took it from my friends and all, but I finally I did not put it. So actually, I went through all the projects, and I like by the end I had decided that whatever projects I had, simple projects which I can actually explain and defend. I finally went on with that. So usually everyone thinks that you should need machine learning projects. So I haven't done any machine learning projects, and actually I got placed in a data science field. So it's not actually required. So basically that's one thing, because it's like a trend. Like everyone thinks that I should put a machine learning project, and everyone puts it from some other friends internships or the projects which are there in the online. But you should also make sure that if you are putting it, it's fine. But you should try to see the code, whatever the project's code is, and what exactly is the concept, what model it is being used, what are the algorithms, and you should also try to know like why this model, why only this algorithm, what are the alternative algorithms which can be used. There are things that the interviewer will ask in a particularly machine learning project, like why you use this algorithm, why like which are the alternatives. So you should know like how, why, and what, whatever projects you're showing, why you did this and what and how. Okay.
Right. So just a follow-up question on that. If a person say has some projects and does not have that the ML projects in his resume, should that person expect ML related questions in the interview as well?
So it basically depends upon the company. So usually the companies, if the company expects a student to have a machine learning background, and if the work includes that, then they will definitely ask. So for me, City wasn't expecting, so they usually give a training. They have a very like 1 month training before the actual getting into the project. So they were not actually expecting to have a data science background or something like that. But what they were expecting it you to be sincere, and whatever you have written in the resume, you should be good in that. So that is company specific. You can't expect. So for in my case, Alfonso. So I went. So there was one more company, Alfonso. I went with the same resume. I had not done anything in machine learning or something like that. But they did ask me uh, the technical questions, because it's mainly company specific. So startup may not be like having a very rigorous training or like a lot of training. So they generally prefer students to like the students to have a little background if you are applying for a data science background. Yeah.
Right.
One specific thing I would like to add here in terms of key what from a company is key. Like this is what my senior also suggested me to do and really helped me. Just try like firstly shortlist and finalize your companies that you are aiming for. Let's say these are the 4 and 5 companies which are, let's say you are applying for analytics. These are the 4 companies that I really want to be in, and prepare for everything, but try to focus on those 4 companies specifically. How that you'll do is go through their JDs, the job description. They have eventually written down what exactly they need from a particular student, what they expect you to be in. Then just try to reach out to seniors who have been into those roles, like who's got selected into those roles previously. Just get an overview from those people as well. See if you can connect with them, and like it would be helpful if you can connect with them. If not, then it's also fine. Just get to know, like one of the special thing, like one of the phrase that I remember he told me is just try to understand what a company is expecting out of you, and if you are able to fulfill that in front of an interviewer, he would be happy to have you on his team. So that becomes really crucial whenever you give any particular interview. So that is really important. Just see what they are expecting. So I basically gave 3 interviews overall. In terms of the product interview, when I gave them, I understood they were expecting out of me. When I was giving Flipkart interview, I knew what exactly they are trying to look in a particular person who they will be hiring out of IIT BHU. So those things helps you prepare in terms of resume, in terms of questions, and overall in terms of you as a person, because the things you would be saying about your projects in a product role, and the things you would be saying about that particular project in an analytics specific role would be really different. So let's say if I have any project which is let's say there is X project. So whenever I'm giving an interview which is specific to product, I would be highlighting things which I did specifically to product in that particular internship. But whenever I'm giving an interview of any analytics firm, I would be highlighting on the skill sets and the things which are related to analytics. So that helps you understand and align you more towards the role you are like aiming for.
Right. So, uh, Raghav Bhaiya and Saket Bhaiya, if you have some add-ons to what Vikrant Bhaiya and Karan Bhaiya said.
नहीं सारी बातें वही है.
Right. So, moving on to the next segment, which is interviews and the test preparations. So, mostly we have covered every question beforehand itself. So, I would like to know from you guys ki what was the most difficult thing which you faced while giving the tests, and I guess that was an offline uh, stream.
For
So
us, it was offline. For Raghav, it was on campus.
okay.
Yeah, for me it was offline. So I think I can share some of the experiences that the first thing that you usually have to deal with is rejections, because ideally, as Karan mentioned in the starting, that there are 300 400 odd students who are applying for analytics position, and 30 40 or 50 max, they get shortlisted for a company. So a lot of times, things will happen that there'll be companies, for which you have aimed a lot, but you'll not maybe make it to the shortlist. So I think it's very important to face that rejection and to know कि यार एक ही कंपनी में जाना है, तो एक को एक भी आप इंटरव्यू अच्छे से क्रैक कर लोगे तो यू विल बी सॉर्टेड. So always remember that it's very important to face that kind of situation. So in offline mode, not sure of one of the best ways to handle it, but yeah, be in touch with your friends, because they are also the people who are in the similar situation. तो अपने colleagues, friends जो भी fourth year में है उनसे touch में रहो, and have a good bonding with all of them, so that really helps a lot. Also, it's important that for a particular test you should always see what's written in the TPC portal, the experiences of students who have written it, your seniors who have written on the portal. So her test se pehle make it a habit to read about what exactly the pattern of the test is going to be, because usually it's same in successive years. So it's always important to prepare psychologically कि हाँ यार ये test pattern आएगा कि okay, I'll have 60 minutes and 40 questions or 30 questions. So that is also very important, because that will help you to frame a strategy. Then it's that, yeah, there are some companies where they focus on, I mean, the selection criteria is very different. Some may directly focus on what score you get. Some may have individual cutoffs for sections. Some may have that you should have more than above average score in all the sections. So that varies a lot. So you should not worry about all these things, and you should not worry about कि some people are telling कि अच्छा ऐसा कट ऑफ जाता है, ऐसा आता है. Just give your best during the exam. That's very important. And always remember that whenever you're solving questions, there'll be always quicker ways to do that. So even if you get the answer right, just see that what could have been a better way to do the same questions, because यार मतलब कुल मिला के if you see ना quant में there are set pattern of 30 40 questions type which gets repeated in every test. So it's very important to hit the right answer with accuracy and speed. So I think just focus on that, and try to be in top 30 or top 40 of students during the test.
If someone has some add-ons to that.
I think one of the most important points that Raghav mentioned was just to I just want to highlight that try to see what exactly company you are going in test for, what they want, what would be their pattern. If you can get that and understand that, it would be really helpful eventually. And at the end of the day, it is just being confident and giving your best. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Raghav said, like you should know how to face the rejection, because like you will be prepared, like you will be sitting in like if you're particularly talking about analytics, we will be having some 20 30 papers, and you cannot ace all those. So even if you're making it to 4 or 5, it's enough. You don't have to like actually compare like he has this many shortlists. You should
Exactly.
have, yeah.
Yeah, just one thing to add here. This eventually reflects also at the end. So what happen is a person if have like much more shortlists, he eventually feels confident कि यार इसमें नहीं होगा तो उसमें हो जाएगा. So which eventually helps. But sometimes what happen is कि you get shortlisted in 10, you have 10 shortlists, but even after that you don't get placed in a day 3 days. And there is a person who would have just one shortlist and would get placed on day one itself. So those are external factors. Just think about those things. why this becomes crucial here is ki when we were present in like on campus and interview like tests happened there. So while I was in TPC, because I experienced this, I saw people कि यार उसमें shortlist नहीं निकली, इसमें नहीं निकली. So it's like यार कोई बात नहीं, chill है, अगली कंपनी में निकाल लेंगे. So there was this chill environment. But घर पे you are not able to contact with your friends. वो chill माहौल नहीं होता घर पे. घर वालों को घर पे दिखते हैं घर वाले. That becomes pressure. तो इतना लोड की बात है नहीं. It's just chill.
Right. So, like, I have just a last question for you guys, and then we'll open the forum for the fourth yearites who are present here. So, what, like, you all have given multiple interviews, your friends have given multiple interviews. So, any awkward situation which occurred during the interviews and how that person came out of that awkward situations, or the common awkward situations which come during an interview, if you have any and want to share some.
Maybe I can go, in this. It was not an awkward situation, but I'll tell the situation and, then you guys can guess what it was. So, I had my first round of MasterCard and it went pretty good. It lasted for like 40-45 minutes. And then, so I was the first person, to give that interview at 8 a.m. And then, I was waiting till, I think 1 p.m. So it was like 5 hours for my, next round. And then they called me for the second round. Okay. And the HR, I think it was more of a case interview and an HR interview as well. So they gave me a case, and while I was telling the answer to it, and they just in a very angry tone, they said that Raghav, we are done with you and get out of the room. So like I was really puzzled that time कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है, मतलब because the interview was also going good and I was very confident कि हाँ यार ये तो बढ़िया जा रहा है, बिल्कुल मतलब वैसा ही questions पूछ रहे हैं ये तो. But that was something that really surprised me कि यार ये क्या हो रहा है, and I had no choice but to go out of the room. And but then I finally saw the results that I got selected, and I met that HR again, and then she told that it was just a fun thing. So usually I mean they might do some small things as well, but that's not that happens for every interview. There are just very few interviews that you get to face this. But yeah, there might be some situations where you totally freak out, or there might be some places कि यार पढ़ा है but ये याद नहीं आ रहा है कि इसमें क्या कहूँ, or there might be some fixed answers that you cannot recall during that interview. तो ऐसी situation सबके साथ होती है. तो don't feel कि यार अब इसमें मैं क्या बोलूंगा, या ऐसा डरना नहीं होता उस पोजीशन में, because this is something that you have done एंड वही चीजें तुमने रिज्यूमे में लिखी है. तो ऑलवेज फील कॉन्फिडेंट कि यार आई कैन एक्सप्लेन दिस. एंड एक ये बहुत छोटी सी बात है बट काफी साइकोलॉजिकल सी बात है दैट व्हेनेवर you're online in an offline fashion, or you're giving it online, it's important for the other person to know that you're confident, and that confidence it usually it gets conveyed either by your expressions, or by the way you speak, or the third is that it's a human tendency कि यार जब भी हम लोग confidence कम होते हैं then the smile of our face goes away. So always try to help have that small smile, little smile, so that it gives a kind of vibe to the interview. ठीक है, मतलब these are very small things but they really help a lot when you're giving an analyst interview, so that the whole vibe it is good, and your confidence is reflected by the smile. So it's very small thing, but yeah, I mean these are some of the things that help me and some of my friends as well. So I think you can try this out as well. Baki to very eager to listen some of the stories.
Yeah, please Vikrant bhaiya, Karan bhaiya and Saket bhaiya go on.
मेरे साथ एनालिस्ट में तो नहीं, मैंने जब रिलायंस में मेरा इंटरव्यू चल रहा था 3rd ईयर में, तो उस वक्त टेक्निकल राउंड हो चुकी थी और HR राउंड में उन्होंने पूछा कि हु इज योर आइडियल पर्सन. और मैं उस वक्त उन दिनों में मैंने इंडियन पैरेलल सिनेमा की बहुत सारी फिल्में देखी थी, तो मैंने बोल दिया नसीरुद्दीन शाह, क्योंकि वो बहुत ही इंस्टेंट क्वेश्चन था. तो मैंने नसीरुद्दीन शाह बोल दिया और उस समय उन्होंने फिर वो पूछने लगे कि नसीरुद्दीन शाह हमेशा इंडिया के बारे में ऐसी बातें करते रहते हैं कि माहौल खराब हो रहा है, इंटॉलरेंट हो रहा है. और वो एचआर पता लग रहा था कि वो राइट विंग का आदमी है। और अगर आपका कंपनी के इंटरव्यू में अगर पॉलिटिकल बातें होने लगी तो ये अच्छी बात नहीं है। तो वो फिर तो ये ध्यान रखना पड़ता है कि एचआर जो है बहुत ही चिल तरीके से बात करते हैं, लेकिन आप इतना भी ना खुल जाए कि वो फिर गड़बड़ी हो जाए।
राइट, विक्रांत भैया एंड करण भैया।
I had not had any experience, awkward experience. Actually बहुत कम इंटरव्यूज दिए मैंने तो इतना एक्सपीरियंस भी नहीं था।
ओवरऑल I would just मतलब ऐसा कोई वाइल्ड एक्सपीरियंस तो नहीं था, like I didn't go any political or something like that. What happened was कि like most of the interviews were sorted, but I remember one time like it was my second interview in Flipkart. So what happened, the interviewer just asked regular questions कि intro बताओ, ये क्या किया, क्यों किया, all those questions. And once he was completed, he just asked me one statement, and it was कि how would you like improve Flipkart? Just one phrase. How would you improve Flipkart? So at that specific, whenever someone asks you this question, you are completely clueless. क्या ठीक करना है यार यहाँ पे, मतलब प्रोडक्ट ठीक करना है, ये चीज ठीक करनी है, बिज फिन में मेरे को देखना है, फाइनेंसिस ठीक करना है, या मतलब यूजर एक्विजिशन बढ़ाना है. सो ऑल दोस थिंग्स केम अप सडनली एंड आई वाज कंप्लीटली ब्लैंक कि यार कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा. बट व्हाट इवेंचुअली इज क्या है, जस्ट यू नीड टू टेक टाइम, अंडरस्टैंड कि क्या माहौल चल रहा है, देन यू हैव टू जॉट डाउन व्हाटएवर यू थिंक एंड देन क्लैरिफाई फ्रॉम द इंटरव्यू. So like there would be cases whenever you would be blank in front of interviews. So that's one thing which I faced. But eventually it was like it went fine at the end.
Right.
So what did you say, Vikrant?
Nothing.
If you remember that.
Actually I don't remember, but थोड़ा तो मतलब strategy लगा के समझा दिया था उसको and he was convinced.
सही तो you know all the fourth year eyes ऐसे ही करना होता है बस.
Yeah,
बस confidence से कहो in these questions.
You just need to make like happy that interviewer. That's it. मतलब उसको he needs to be happy with you. That's it. अब like I've heard stories कि interviewer में people were talking about their favorite football clubs. कि यार तुम मैन यूनाइटेड में ये चल रहा है, मैनचेस्टर सिटी में ये चल रहा है. So all those things also happen, but it is like completely depends upon the situation as well.
Yeah.
Right. It was like really fun hearing these situations. So now moving to the last segment, that is audience questions. So before moving to the audience questions, we will be sharing a form for all the fourth yearites present here. Please fill that form. That is a feedback form for SCS to improve better and what you guys want to ace the placements and SCS in general. So please do fill that form. You will find it in the chat section of this Teams platform. And now that platform is open for all the fourth yearites, whatever questions you have the alumni here. Go ahead.
Bhaiya, I had a question. So basically, अभी मतलब जो टाइम है अक्टूबर का जो भी चल रहा है, what should be the main focus? मतलब टेस्ट होने चाहिए आपको, मतलब या फिर इंटरव्यू की कुछ पार्ट्स प्रिपेयर करने चाहिए, मतलब अभी क्या मेरा मेन फोकस होना चाहिए?
यार what I can tell is what I ideally did is कि कुछ इंटरव्यूज में कुछ चीजें कॉमन होती है, ठीक है. The first is your resume. Okay, that वो तो सभी लोग पूछेंगे, ठीक है. And then there are case study questions. So ideally अक्टूबर में you should do all those things which are very common to the interviews. ठीक है, तो devote like around 20% of your time to interviews and the rest 80 try to crack as many exams test as you can. तो उस पे focus करो and हर एग्जाम के बाद try to analyze कि यार इसमें क्या गलती हुई या किस चीज में मैं wrong था. ये थोड़ा सा analysis if you do then that will be helpful. But yeah, 80% of the time focus on your quant preparation या जो भी LIDR and everything, and 20% you can focus on resume and everything. Just मतलब ऐसे ही खाते बैठते यार ये सोचते रहो कि okay, if somebody ask me about this internship तो मैं क्या क्या खाऊंगा, and if you find something कि हाँ ये बहुत अच्छी चीज मैंने सोच लिया, then just jot it down. सो डोंट प्रिपेयर। ऐसे नहीं होता कि तुम बिल्कुल बैठो कि आज चलो मैं रिज्यूमे सोचता हूँ कि क्या बनाऊंगा और क्या नहीं, ठीक है? तो जस्ट उसको पार्ट्स में करते रहो। जैसे एक दिन में 5-10 मिनट सोच लिया कि व्हाट आई शुड आइडियली राइट इन दीज थिंग्स, एंड देन वंस यू गेट शॉर्टलिस्टेड, then you can go for this company specific questions ki jaise if you're sitting for Flipkart's interview, and so there'll be some fixed things that you need to prepare, that you can get in touch with Vikrant and other people who are there ki ha ye karna hai. And then they'll always ask a question ki do you have a question for us. So that is, I think, one of the best times to get back or frame an impression on the examiner. So usme if you do some kind of a research, or after you get shortlisted for the particular company, to try to just go through its LinkedIn page or its website to find out कि यार ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन है इंटरेस्टिंग सा जो मैं उसे पूछ सकता हूँ उस इंटरव्यू के टाइम, so that they get to know कि हाँ यार बंदा रिसर्च करके आया है and he knows about the company. So I think that is one of the times when you can gain that impression. अगर कुछ एक आध चीज खराब भी हो गई इंटरव्यू में तो वो क्वेश्चन आपको आंसर आपको बचा लेगा. So to your question, crisp and short, for now October में prepare more for the test because important tests अभी lined up होते हैं, and then 10-20% of the time you can give for the interview resume preparation as well या case studies.
Okay, thank you.
हाँ, एंड वन मोर थिंग जो मुझे ऐड करना था, तो एज राघव सेड कि मेक श्योर दैट कि जो भी टेस्ट तुम देंगे उसको एक बार ये करो कि इवेलुएट करो एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड वेयर यू मेड मिस्टेक, बिकॉज मोस्टली जो टेस्ट होते हैं उसमें काफी सारे क्वेश्चन रिपीट होते हैं. देयर हैज बीन इंस्टेंसेस कि से मतलब 50% पेपर भी सेम आ गया था. सो ट्राई टू मेक श्योर दैट कि ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत सारे पेपर होंगे कि एक पेपर हो गया चलो उसके बाद भूल जाओ. ट्राई टू लाइक अंडरस्टैंड एंड इवैल्यूएट कि क्या कहाँ गलती हुई थी, एंड ट्राई टू मेक कि वो मिस्टेक वापस ना करो, एंड विच टॉपिक यू एक्चुअली. सो एक पेपर में तुम्हारा वर्क टाइम का नहीं बन रहा था, so try to like recollect that and actually learn that concept कभी भी जो टाइम मिले, because it might happen that same question आ गया and you actually miss out the short list with 1 or 2 marks. ऐसे 1 और 2 मार्क्स में बहुत सारे शॉर्ट लिस्ट निकल जाएंगे तुम्हारे, तो इसलिए वो एक एक मार्क 0.5 मार्क्स बहुत क्रूशियल होता है. ओके
Right. So the next person can ask some questions. You can also write in the chat box if you're not able to unmute yourself.
I think chat
भैया
is
रेज्यूमे के बारे में पूछ रहा था.
नहीं, nothing.
हेलो.
Yeah.
भैया I wanted to ask about resume shortlisting. Like I don't have many projects or such in the analytics profile. So how does it matter? Means in resume shortlisting and all.
So mainly as we discussed earlier, so mainly जो पॉइंटर का ही फैक्टर होता है, बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ 200-300 रिज्यूमेस जब जाता है तो ये मतलब इनिशियल स्क्रीनिंग में मोस्टली दे शॉर्टलिस्ट बेस्ड अपॉन सीपीआई. सो इंटर्नशिप तो अभी नहीं कर सकते, ऑब्वियसली टाइम तो चला गया है ना. तो ट्राई टू फोकस ऑन लाइक की जो प्रोजेक्ट्स है एंड अच्छे से फॉर्मेट करो. तो वॉट एवर टॉपिक्स लाइक पॉइंट्स दैट राघव हैड मेंशन एंड विक्रांत की formatting अच्छा करो, like make sure that there is no spelling mistakes and everything to be in a holistic way, include everything in a holistic way. And pointer, I have seen that whatever companies do shortlist, and no need to worry, there are not a lot of companies which actually shortlist. I think 5 seats होंगे जो companies maximum करेंगे, जो maximum 10 मतलब 10 भी नहीं होंगे, तो no need to worry about that. But करेंगे mostly, I think they see the CPI part. बहुत कम
Okay.
है जो कि बहुत वो प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह पढ़ेंगे बैठ के कि क्या किया है, नहीं होता जनरली. बट
और
ट्राई
प्रोजेक्ट्स
टू
अगर आपके पास
इंक्लूड. हाँ, यस.
बोलिए
नहीं, बोलो.
प्रोजेक्ट्स अगर आपके पास बिल्कुल भी नहीं है तो जैसे हम HULM की जो कोर्सेज करते हैं तो उसमें मैनेजमेंट वाले कुछ कोर्सेज ऐसे हैं, जैसे मैंने डेटा एंड डिजिटल इकोनॉमी पढ़ा था, तो उसमें कुछ सब्जेक्ट्स ऐसे हैं जिसमें बहुत ही अच्छे वो लोग प्रोजेक्ट्स कराते हैं, तो वो आप लिख सकते हैं अगर आपके पास बिल्कुल भी नहीं है.
नहीं,
यदि
मतलब
मैनेजमेंट कोर्स से
प्रोजेक्ट्स
जाते
है
हैं
काफ़ी सारे, पर मतलब एनालिटिक्स में नहीं है। जैसे
हाँ वही बोल रहा
इंटर्नशिप
हूँ।
वगैरह भी है। हाँ,
हम्म,
तो मतलब एनालिटिक्स केस में नहीं है। तो जैसे कोर
Okay.
और मतलब एसडी प्रोफाइल के मैंने बेसिक प्रोजेक्ट और इंटर्नशिप की थी। तो शुड आई मेंशन बोथ ऑफ देम, और इज इट बेटर टू एक्सक्लूड द कोर प्रोजेक्ट्स और सच?
अरे I would say you can put on anything. I've seen people जिनके मतलब either if company is not very strict towards it resume, तो वो even if you have done software and definitely the person would ask कि क्या किया और why software and why you are choosing for analytics. So if you are able to defend and tell people कि tell that particular person कि यार ये चीजें थी, मतलब I'm talking about interview कि interview में what you will face. Resume shortlisting के time पे it happens for very less companies, like even in the virtual mode it would be almost negligible. जैसे there would be only few companies who would be shortlisting resume. जब when we used to have the like on person in campus placements, तब it used to happen a lot more. As of now it would be less. So just try to fill in whatever you can and defend it overall. Like you should know that, and if you are switching across profiles, why is that? So
Yeah.
what would happen is कि even if you are able to explain it better, so that person would know कि let's say अगर तुमने third year में core explore किया, so you gave your 100% to explore core, and then you are fine, and you are like you have taken a like take away from that particular experience कि yeah, I'm not a person who would be working who looks yourself working in core, and that's why I shifted my interest towards analytics. So whatever you give your 100%, that way वो एक अच्छा perception भी निकलेगा, even if you give diversity to your resume in that case.
Okay भाई, थैंक्स।
If someone else wants to go on.
भैया वन मोर थिंग आई वांटेड टू आस्क, जैसे लास्ट ईयर के कंपैरिजन में मतलब कंपनीज का मतलब सीन लाइक कैसे था, लाइक बहुत आई थी कि या फिर बहुत बहुत ज्यादा ही फाइट था फॉर एनालिटिक्स?
Fight as in competition.
कंपटीशन, हाँ।
वो तो है यार, मतलब ऑब्वियसली सबको प्लेसमेंट चाहिए एंड जो टॉप की कंपनी है जो सब टारगेट करेंगे, सो ऑब्वियसली काफ़ी कंपटीशन तो होगी। एंड एज आई मेंशन कि यही सीन रहता है कि 300 400 अपियर होंगे एंड 30 मतलब मोस्टली कंपनी तो 30-35 शॉर्टलिस्ट निकालती है। तो इट्स वेरी क्रूशियल। एक मार्क में आई थिंक 0.5 में भी मतलब ऐसा हो चुका है कि काफ़ी लोग का 0.5 नंबर में भी शॉर्टलिस्ट हट जाती है। ओके, तो कंपटीशन तो बहुत है। यू विल लाइक आई थिंक पेपर स्टार्ट हो गए होंगे ना अभी, या इट्स येट टू स्टार्ट? एनालिटिक्स के स्टार्ट हो गए पेपर?
तो नहीं सर, अभी तक नहीं।
अच्छा, या यू विल सी दैट शॉर्टलिस्ट पे आएंगे तो पता चल जाएगा कितना कंपटीशन है।
If someone else wants to go. Right. So I guess we are done with the questions. And if you guys have any questions, I guess the panelists would be happy enough to answer if you ask them even on LinkedIn or connect them on WhatsApp if you have their numbers. I guess so. So just a last question from my end. I don't know it's a myth or what to say. How much PUR is important for like resume shortlisting and uh, matlab, in the interviews as well? People say, like seniors say, it is very important. So what do you think as alumni?
Okay, so I personally used to feel that it's very important during my second and third year, but and I took a POR in my fifth year too with my placement. So I was in ESL core team. So, but it wasn't like I was like I understood from my BTech peers that it actually doesn't care much. So, and my personal experience, during my interviews, no one has actually asked me about POR. So no one goes beyond your project thing. Even you write, you can fill that. You have other curricular and you have PORs, but no one asked me from that things. Basically, it was a internships and projects, and then they directly started with the case studies and everything. So, but it's good. Like uh, it's better that you mention things. If someone is interested, it's a kind of thing to actually talk in the interview. Like someone wants to initiate something and ask, it's a good conversation topic to actually to be included in an interview. So it's good, but it was not for my case. Like no one asked me about that.
Vikrant bhaiya, I guess you should also go on. You were the TPC, a TPR of pharmaceutical branch, and you had first-hand experience of how companies take PORs. So I guess
Yeah.
it will be nice.
Eventually, in my interview as well, I written 3 internships in my resume along with one project. But the first question that interviewer asked me was related to the TPC. What exactly you did? So, so it becomes really. I think it depends upon the PR as well. Let's say you are interested into culture, like you have some PR which is related to cultural, and the interviewer was interested in, like, whenever he was in college he was also into cultural stuff, so definitely he's going to ask you, definitely, I can assure you that. So but this depends a lot on the situation as well. Let's say even if the person would not be interested in any of the PRs because he would eventually have not been into those things while he was into college. So as I told you, like in one of the interviews, one of my seniors only told me they were talking about their favorite fan clubs. So how they got to that topic? The person who was giving, like, the interviewee mentioned that something related to Man United in his I think not POR but in achievement something was there, and from there it was the last line of his resume, and from there, because the interview had seemed like interest, so he picked it up from there, and all of the internships, all of the projects vanished, and they were discussing about Man United. So it can happen like, yeah, the interviewer can be intrigued towards any word that is written on your resume, any word literally.
मैंने तो जितने भी इंटरव्यू दिए कोर इंटर्नशिप के वक्त और इसमें एनालिटिक्स प्लेसमेंट, तो मुझसे व्यूअर का क्वेश्चन पूछा ही गया। जैसे मैं प्लेसमेंट जब मुझसे पूछा गया था कि मैं लिस्ट क्लब का जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी था, तो आपने लिस्ट क्लब में ऐसा कौन सा काम किया जो प्रीवियस फिल्म में नहीं किया हो। तो लेकिन अगर नहीं है आपके पास व्यूअर, तो फिर अब तो लास्ट ईयर 4th ईयर है, तो ये चीज़ तो अपने कंट्रोल में नहीं है। और नहीं है तो कोई ऐसी कोई डिसएडवांटेज भी उतनी ज़्यादा नहीं है। मेन तो बाकी चीज़ें हैं।
Right.
हाँ यार, आई थिंक एवरीबडी हैज समड इट अप, एंड मतलब हो तो एक पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेक्शन मिल जाता है, और नहीं हो तो भी इट्स फाइन. तो मतलब during my interview, I think like I was also the TPR from my branch, so I was asked a question about TPR, that what do you do, and but yeah, that was just a couple of minutes of the whole interview out of those 40 minutes. So I think the major importance of POR, as in it's usually कि मतलब what I can recall from my experiences, it's usually to have a bond with people, to get like-minded people, to talk to them, and just say like being a TPR TKU, get to know how the placement process, it usually works. What are the sentiments that go around? You see people, feeling very happy or sad. So I think those are the things that help a lot. But baki, as in preparing, for the interview, it doesn't really, matter a lot. It's just, as Vikrant mentioned, that dependent, on that particular person, his past experiences of holding a position of responsibility. So that's how they ask questions. So don't worry if you don't have POR, and if you have, then well and good, you can have a point of interaction to talk. But yeah, it's nothing more than that.
Right. So I guess we are to the end of this entire acing placement session. So I would like to give a vote of thanks to everyone, every panelist who spared their Sunday evening, almost 2 hours of their Sunday evening, uh, spending some GAN sessions with the fourth yearites, and to all the people who are there in as a participant viewing this session. I think this would be really help. This had been really helpful for them as well, and to everyone who will see this on YouTube later. So, thanks to all the panelists, Raghav Bhaiya, Karan Bhaiya, Vikrant Bhaiya, and Saket Bhaiya, and we will definitely hope to see you in future in offline mode as well, guiding the fourth yearites next year.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure, and thanks a lot for having us here. And it was a pleasure. 2 hours, of nostalgia, getting into those days of cold December season, into
Right.
those placement days. So yeah, thank you so much, and nice to meet all of my friends here. Vikrant and Karan, I've been knowing since I think 3-4 years. Saket, good to know you as well. It's I think the first time that
Same.
we are interacting, and Utkarsh and me have also been interacting I think since last few months. So yeah, good to know all of you, and we are always there available for you. Reach out to us on LinkedIn, and I think we can help us with the best of our capabilities.
Right.
Yeah, I was saying कि I remember being into the shoes of fourth yearites last year. I was contacting Raghav भैया क्या कर रहा है Mastercard का थोड़ा बताओ. It is the same situation every year, just the people change and nothing
Exactly.
else.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it was a really nice session. Yeah, Karan Bhaiya, you are going.
No. So yeah, thank you. It was great connecting with all the juniors, and yeah, it really makes good to come back. And actually, we used to sit like this and usually look out for seniors, and it's very great to come back and help the juniors in some way.
Exactly. Saket Bhaiya, your closing comments.
हाँ, थैंक यू। ऑन अगर चीज़ें ऑफलाइन होती है तो अलग ही बात होती है। ऑनलाइन में क्या होता है कि फील नहीं होता, और हमारी वक्त सारी चीज़ें ऑनलाइन ही हो रही है। थर्ड ईयर से इंटर्नशिप, प्लेसमेंट और अब जॉब, तो इसी की आदत हो गई है। लेकिन इस बार तो मुझे लगता है कि प्लेसमेंट अगर ऑफलाइन होगा तो फिर ऑफलाइन ही होगा ना इस बार प्लेसमेंट।
इस बार होना तो चाहिए बिकॉज दे विल बी कॉल्ड फोर्थ ईयराइट्स को अभी अक्टूबर नवंबर तक बुला लेना है. सो यस.
Oh,
I don't think कि इस बार भी होगा मतलब on
Right.
campus, because even if students come to campus, the companies would not be like
Coming to campus.
happy to send their employees to the campus, so that could be an issue, and eventually इस बार भी like it would go off campus, I guess.
Right. So
चलो ठीक है guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
Bye
Bye,
Vikram,
everyone. Bye.
Vikrant
Bye.
भैया,
Bye.
Karan भैया, राघव भैया, and Saket भैया.
Bye, bye everyone. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thanks भैया.